Right, so I'm assuming that all of you are clear with the fraction to percentage conversion. Shall we proceed further? Okay, now comes the fact that the next portion of percentage that's important is calculating itself. Okay, so the first thing in any topic of a percentage, it's not about solving a problem. It is more about calculating the percentage, because that's where it's highly time consuming. Okay, so I'm going to tell you two methods of solving or calculating percentage, but please understand that both these methods will come handy only if you practice, and you got to practice at least a minimum of 100 such questions. Okay? If 100 is too much for you, giving you a heart attack, then I will reduce this 60. But इससे कम करोगे तो छोड़ ही दो फिर percentage topic, ठीक है? So 60 is the minimum number of questions you should practice to get a hands-on experience on it. And how do you practice this? That we will come back. But let's understand calculating percentage. There are two ways of calculating percentage. One, exact, and one, approximate. I cannot rely on only one of the way. I have to know both these methods, because one of these methods will help me in my exam. How do I decide which method to use? When I look at a question, if my answer options are something like the one given in my, on the screen, if this is the kind of an answer option that I have, versus this is the kind of an answer option, the second one is another kind of an answer option that I have. You now know, you guys are smart enough to now understand whatever I'm coming to, right? So when I have this kind of an answer option, I have to end up getting into an exact way, because the answer options are very, very close. But when I have this kind of an answer option, I will get into an approximate way, because the answer options are way far from each other. So my approximation will always make me guess the closest right answer. Okay. Now, between the two, which one can you expect in an exam? Typically, you will, let's say out of 10 questions, you will get 8 questions which completely is based on approximation. Okay, and that's why percentage becomes one of the most easiest topics, because most of the questions are on the approximation. So out of 10, 8 are in approximation, 2 is exact. I will not do the 2-1, right? I will not do those 2 questions, because I know it's going to take time. The rest I will end up doing it. Okay. Now, so let's understand how to solve that. So I hope you guys are with me, and I want you to write down along with me, and while I'm talking, listen carefully and then write down. Let's say someone's asking me to find 723 out of 1456 percentage. Okay, 723 out of 1456 percentage. So I will do both these methods. One is an exact method, one is an approximation method. Now, this was very coincidental that I took this value, because it ended up becoming one of those things that I wanted. Anyway, now let's look into this, guys. What is the question? It is saying that out of 1456, what is the value percentage of 723? This is what the question is talking about. out of 1456, what is the percentage of 723? Okay, that's what the question is. So if I look at my value of 723 itself, do I realize that when I double 723, do you know what I'm getting? When I double 723, I get 1446, right? Which is so very, very close to 1456. Okay? Doubling 723 means equivalent to, or I can say, when I divide 1456 by 2. What do I get when I divide 1456 by 2? I get 728. Okay? What is my search for? My search is for 723. So when I divide a value by 2, what percentage I have taken? Can you type it in your chat box? When I have divided a value by 2, what percentage have I taken? Divide by 2 means which percentage? Thank you, Sheetal. The others? Right. So dividing a value by 2 in our, this place, we knew that it's 50%, right? So I have taken 50%. So I ended up taking 50% and I got, so 50% of 1456 is what I took and I got 728. But what is that you're searching for? You are searching for a value which is 723, which means you are searching for a value which is slightly lesser than 728. So what will be your left hand side answer in that case? Will it be, now answer this, will it be more than 50% or will it be less than 50%? Type in. The answer that you're searching for, will it be less than 50% or more than? Less than? Absolutely, because you require an answer which is 723 and which is less than 728. So you also obviously now require an answer which is not 50% but less than 50%. So here is where we will look at the answer options and choose the answer which is now. Now let me give you answer options. 47%, 49.6%, okay, 48%. I'm giving you approximate, guys. Okay, so if you look at the calculator, I do not think that calculator will give me the answer. If I have to ask you to choose one, which one will you guys choose? Thank you, Ashi. And guess what, guys? I love my maths, man. I just gave all this approximator, but the right answer is 49.6. I just checked in the calculator. Okay, right. That's like, you can't be so close. So now, why did I say 49.6% and why we did not pick 48 or 47, right? So what you guys have to look into is, from 728 to 723, do you have to reduce very, very less, or do you have to reduce a marginal value? My question is, do you have to reduce from 728 to get to 723? Do you have to reduce a marginal value or do you have to reduce very, very less? You didn't listen to the next statement I said. Marginal or very, very less? Marginal or very, very less? When you have marginal or very, very less, marginal becomes a bigger number than very, very less, okay? So you got to reduce a very, very less value. You have to only reduce 5, correct? 5 out of 728 is what you have to reduce, which is very less. So which means your answer from 50 will not be 49, but something closer to 50. So 49.6. And that's how you choose the approximate value. But saying this answer options that I have given you actually does not come under the approximate kind of an answer option. Okay, if this was a real question and if I have to give you an answer option, the answer option for this question would have been something like this: 49.6, 43.5, 52.8 and 50.5. Now tell me guys, what would be your answer? Now it's easy for us to pick, right? Because we know that since the value that I'm looking into is not such a huge number, so 43.5 cannot be answered, right? And since I'm looking at a value which is less than 50, these two also cannot be my answer. So the only option is this. I hope you guys are clear with what you mean by approximation, right? I hope you guys are clear with what you mean by approximation. Are we clear with this? Right? I have given you a question which was pretty straightforward and simple. But now let's get into something complicated, okay? So I want you guys to now understand the next level. So let's say that I want to find 475 out of, okay, out of 623. So this is what I want to find now, okay? Now here also approximate and exact will match a bit. So how do we usually solve such questions? So I want to find out what is 475 divided by 623 percentage. So obviously into 100. The first thing that I want you guys to remember is please, for heaven's sake, do not start simplifying these values, okay? Whatever comes into your mind, do not. So let's assume that you got a value like 576 upon 724 into 100. Do not. No one here sitting attending my class, okay, will ever start doing 2 3s are 6, 12, 2 4s are 2 6 are 12, right? 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 17, 2 8s are 16, 16 2. Don't indulge in this calculation, at least not in percentage. If you are indulging in this calculation, then my class is a waste for you, okay? Now, so how are we going to get this? This is a step I want you all to understand. Once you understood, then write it down. You are asking to find out of 623, what percentage is 475? Okay. So first I will do is, can you guys write down, if 623 is the value, can you guys write down what in the chat box, what is 10% of 623? Can you write down what is 10% of 623? Right. Can you write down what is 1% of 623? Right. It is 6.23. 10% is 62.3. So basically, always remember that when I'm talking about 10%, I'm going to have one decimal point, 1%, another decimal point before that, and so on and so forth. So every time, whenever a value is given to me, the first thing I do is first see what is 100%. 100% is 623. Great. What is 10%? 10% is when I remove 10 from the left hand side. So put one decimal point. So this will become 62.3. That is basically dividing a value by 10. Dividing a value by 10 means my decimal points will start moving from the rightmost side all the way towards left. Okay, depending on how many zeros I am dividing by. What is 1%? 1% is 6.23. And what is 0.1%? 0.1% is 0.623. I hope you guys are clear. Anyone who has a doubt in this, can you please unmute and ask? Okay, so since I guess all of you are clear till here. So this is the first step that I do. Okay, so when I'm saying I'm literally meaning I. Okay, this is what I usually do. So first, not that I write down, I do it in my mind. Okay, so 623 is 100%, 62.3 will become 10%, 6.23 will become 1%, and 0.623 becomes 0.1%. Now, why do I do this? Is because when I look at this value, which is 623, and I require 475. This value is greater than 475, right? So first I will do is I will take 10%. What is 10%? 62.3. Okay. Now, since I'm working on approximation, I will ignore 0.3. Ignore कर लिया 0.3 as of now. Okay, as of now. Till it doesn't, as long as it doesn't create a significant change, okay, I will ignore 0.3. But in case you guys feel that let me have 0.3, let's have 0.3. Now, what are you searching for? You're searching for 475. What do you have? You have 62. Can you now tell me 62 into what gives you a value closer to 475 but not greater than that? Listen carefully. 62 into what value can give me a value closer to 475 but not greater than that? So in this case, my multiplication table becomes important. What is 6 8s are? 6 8s are 48. But what are you searching for? You're searching for a value here, 47. 475 means what? 475, 47 something, right? So 6 into 8 will give me something in 48. Okay, so that is not the value I will look. So I will look into 62 into 7. Yeah, Ayushi, I was searching for this value called 7. Okay, so what is 67? 62 into 7 is 434. So basically I have to take now 62.3, forget 62, let's say 62.3, and I multiply by 7. Okay, so I'll get 436.1. Okay. How did I get 436.1 from 62.3? I multiplied this value by 7. So if my right hand side is multiplied by 7, let me also multiply my left hand side by 7. What was my left hand side earlier? 10%. Now what is left hand side? 10 into 7, 70%. Okay. So what I did is I took 623, I took 10% of it. I said 10% of 623 is 62.3. I multiplied this value by 7 to bring it closer to what I have, and I came to 436. If this value, which is the right hand side value, gets multiplied by 7, then my left hand side value also should get multiplied by 7. That is, if 10% is 62, then 70% should be 43.6. Am I clear, all of you? Am I clear till here? How I got 70%
So can you
from
take it?
10%? Okay, so are we clear about how did we get 10%?
Yes, sir.
Great. So now where are we leading to? From 10%, I am looking into Hema that I got 10% is 62. But that is not the value I'm searching for. I am searching for a value closer to 475. So I will look at 62 multiplied by what gives me a value closer to 475. So I figured out that 62 into 7 gives me a value which is 436. What is 62? 62 is 10%. So if 62 into 7 is what I'm searching for, on the left hand side I should be searching for 7 into 10, that is 70%. If I'm multiplying, so for example, Hema, it is this way. Let's say x is equal to y, okay? If you multiply y by 4, will this sign be still equal? If you multiply y with 4, will the sign be still equal? No. To make the sign equal, what should you do? You should multiply the left hand side also by 4.
Yeah.
Only then the sign can be equal, correct? So
Yes.
your 10% was equal to 62.3. Now when you multiplied your 62.3 by 7, did your equal sign remain the same? No. So to keep the equal sign same, what you should do? Multiply 7 even on the left hand side. What was your left hand side? 10%. So what is 7 into 10? 70%.
70. Thank you, sir,
Got
for
it?
that.
Right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So now, guys, where have we reached? We have reached the value 436 and we have reached a percentage 70. This is where we have reached. But what are we searching for? We are searching for 475 and we have reached 436. Okay, I'm taking the next page here. So where did we reach? 70%. We reached 436. What are we searching for? 475. Where did we reach? 436. How much more to go? Approximately, let's say 40. Actually 39, but let me say 40. This is the approximate to go. Okay, so I need 40 more. Great. Now coming back to the previous screen. 10% was 62.3. What is 1%? 6.23. Okay, 1% is 6.23. I need exact 39. So let's say 39 or 40. Can you tell me what should I multiply my right hand side by to get closer to 40? A value which is 6. Okay. When I multiply, right, Anshul? When I multiply this value by 6, what do I get? 6 to 12, 1 carry, 6, 6, 36, 37. If I am multiplying my right hand side by 6, I should multiply my left hand side also by 6. What percentage I get here? 6%. So which means by the end of this, where am I, guys? I am at 76% and I am at 436 plus 37.2. That is, I am at 473.2. So my answer should be greater than 76% or lesser than 76%. And if it has to be greater than 76%, should it be slightly greater than or very high greater than percent? Can you guess? So let's assume I'll give you an answer option here. Okay. So your question was 475 divided by 623 into 100 is what value? This was your question. Now your answer options that I'm giving you. 74.8, 76.5, 78.3, 79.5. What will you choose? All of you? Where did you reach? Mitushi, where were you? You were at 76% for 473.2, correct? You need 475. Now, Mitushi, do not do this mistake that you are in 473. So for 475, because I require 2 more, I will add 2 more here. No, don't do that mistake. Okay, because this is a value, and left hand side is a percentage. So you cannot do that. What you have to see is you have reached 76% at 473.2. So because you require a 475, which is slight increase in this. So even this will increase by slightly. How much slightly? Not by, see, if it was 70, okay, let's put it in this way, guys. If it was 77%, then I should have added here 7%. Okay, correct? If it was 77%, I should have added here 7%. But I realized that if I do 7%, it is going to go beyond 40, correct? That's why I multiplied by 6. So my answer should be between 76 and 77. What is the answer option between 76 and 77? It's only 76.5. Okay. Now, a point of caution to each one of you who's listened to this particular class. It's close to, I can say out of 10 people, 1 or 2 may get this for the first time. Okay, saying that, wow, okay, done, I got it. It's that kind of a functionality. But 10 out of 10 will get the clarity if you keep practicing, number 1. Number 2, when you look at these calculations that you see in the sheet, most of you would have kept down your pen, saying that nahi hone wala. But trust me, guys, this is a calculation that I have done to explain you every step involved in it. This is not a calculation needed to work on it, okay? So I will just give you one question and I'll just tell you how usually we do the one question. Let's say I want to do a percentage of 376 of, let's say, 589, okay? The first thing that we do, 10%, 58.9, approximately 59. I require 376. 5 sevens are 35, so multiply by 7. 7 nines are 63, 3 6. 7 fives are 35, 35 plus 6, 41, already gone above. Okay, so obviously I will not multiply by 7. I will now multiply by 6. 6 nines are 54, 4 5, 6 fives are 30, 35. 354 is what I got by multiplying by 6. So I have 60% and I have 354. How much do I need now? I need 22 more, right? 22. What is 1%? 1% is 5.89, or let me say approximately 6. That is 1%. What would be 3%? 3% would be 18. What would be 4%? 4% would be 24. What are you searching for? 22, which means you want a value between 3 and 4. Okay, this 3 and 4 is being added to what? This 3 and 4 is being added to 60. So which means you need a value between 63 and 64. So I search a value between this. It's as fast as it can be. In fact, it can be faster than this also, right? So do not worry about how long it's taking. What you got to concentrate is once I get this done, it becomes much, much easy. Now, when I said you guys have to do 60 questions, where will you find the questions from? Nowhere. Okay, write a value, right? Let's say you have to figure out x divided by y into 100. Okay, this is what you guys have to figure out. So what you have to do is, this is something that each one of you have to do from today till we meet again. Okay, 60 questions, you guys have to do it. Doesn't mean that you don't come to class if you have not done, but you will understand the class better, next class better, if you have done that. What you got to do is take an x value, divide it by y value, and find the percentage. Remember, your x value should be less than y value. Okay? So take any random value. For example, I say something like 279 divided by 583. Do it. Okay? Did we understand this, all of you? Take any random value for x, take any random value for y. Calculate the percentage. Next, once you calculate, what should you calculate? Calculate the range of the percentage. Now when I'm saying range, guys, range should be what I did in the previous question, 63 to 64%. Don't give range as 58 to 99%. This is not the range, okay? Range should be something like this. First, get the range of the percentage. What should you do next? Take out your calculator. Yes, you heard it right. Take out your calculator, find this percentage. See whether your answer is falling in the range. Plus or minus small, plus or minus 1% is pardonable, huh? But don't do plus or minus 10%. So fine, take out your calculator, find the calculation and see whether your answer is falling in this range. If it is not, go back to the question and check out the error. Once you are clear, take another value of x and y, do it again. Likewise, I want you to do 60 values. So you need not retain yourself, stock yourself into 3-digit number. If you want, start with a 2-digit number. Okay, go to a 3-digit number. Make it more, play with it. Let's say next time take 378 divided by, but now take a 4-digit denominator. Then take a 4-digit numerator and a 4-digit denominator. Let's say a 7324. So keep increasing your, you guys have studied something called as an elastic limit in your schools, right? What is that elastic limit? That you stretch till it breaks, right? So similarly, you go from the simple one till the complicated till you break. When you decide that isse aage nahi hone wala hai, stop it. And trust me guys, once you stop here, once you stop in this, I want you to do one last question. Okay, that we will do on Wednesday. But did we all understand what we are supposed to do? All I want you guys to do is spend only 15 to 20 minutes every day onto this, not hours together. 15-20 minutes only is what you got to spend. Trust me, you will complete 60 questions. Okay? Right? So I'm assuming, I'm taking your word, thinking that you guys are going to do this and come back to the class, next class. Do it, because next class will become easy. Okay? We will continue the next class, that's on Wednesday, on percentages again. Right, guys? Anything, any doubt? Yes, please.
Sir, how I will solve? I have some confusion in this question.
हाँ अनुजा बोलो, क्या confusion है?
Sir, somewhere I have confusion.
अरे somewhere मतलब कहाँ पे? मैं तो थोड़ा ना ढूंढ सकता हूँ, तुम्हें ढूंढ के बताना पड़ेगा कहाँ पे confusion है. किस सवाल में?
In this question only.
In this मतलब यहाँ पे मैंने कौन सा question लिखा?
Sir, last one you did not that.
This one.
Sir, fraction वाला.
कौन सा वाला?
Fraction वाला.
वो कौन सा था भाई?
Sir, like 475 by 623 you did not.
तो यही तो है ना, यही तो है वो, ये जो तुम्हारे स्क्रीन में दिखाई दे रहा है. या 475 by 623. हाँ बताओ, इसमें क्या डाउट है?
सर यहाँ पे आपने किया ना 623 100%, 10%, then 1%, after that 0.1%.
हाँ.
So
ये कैसे आया?
फिर इधर पे यस एंड देन फिर इधर पे आपने किया 623 10%, तो यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट 10% कैसे आ गया?
अच्छा, तो सबसे पहले क्या किया अनुज, मैंने यहाँ पे देखा कि ये दिस इज माई 623, राइट? सो 623 इज नथिंग बट 100%। किसी वैल्यू का 10% क्या होता है? उस वैल्यू को 10 से डिवाइड करो, ठीक है? 10% मतलब 10/100 ना। 10/100 का मतलब क्या होता है? 1/10, करेक्ट? सो उस वैल्यू को 10 से डिवाइड किया, सो 10 से डिवाइड किया तो क्या आया? ये वैल्यू 62.3 आया, करेक्ट? फिर 1% का मतलब क्या होता है? उसको फिर से 10 से डिवाइड किया, मतलब उसको 100 से डिवाइड किया। 100 से डिवाइड किया, 1% मतलब 100/100 ना। सो 100 से डिवाइड किया तो क्या हुआ? ये 6.23 हो गया। तो ये 6.23, ये 0.623। तो क्या किया मैंने यहाँ पे? मेरे को क्योंकि 623 से 475 तक जाना है, आई हैव टू गो ऑल द वे टिल 475। आई कैन नॉट गो इन 1%, 0.1% के मोड पे नहीं जा सकता, मुझे थोड़ा बड़ा बड़ा नंबर लेना पड़ेगा। तो इसलिए मैंने पहले 10% लिया। 10% लिया तो देखा 10% इज ओनली 62.3, लेकिन मुझे कितना चाहिए था? मुझे चाहिए था 475, या 475 चाहिए या 475 के आसपास चाहिए। तो 62.3 को then I multiplied by 7, and when I multiplied by 7 I got someone else is talking.
सर
हाँ अनुजा,
सर यहाँ पे 10% आपने क्यों लिया? हम लोग यहाँ पे 100% या फिर 1% भी ले सकते हैं।
ले सकते हो, लेकिन 100% लोगे तो क्या फायदा हुआ? तुम अगर 100% लेते हो अनुजा, तो 100% वैल्यू तो तुमको तुम्हें कितना चाहिए? तुम क्या ढूंढ रहे हो? कौन सा वैल्यू ढूंढ रहे हो तुम?
475।
475। अगर मैंने 100% लिया तो मेरा वैल्यू 475 से बड़ा हो गया ना। तो मैं बड़े होके कहां से क्या ढूंढूंगा? 623 तो ऑलरेडी मुझे दिया गया है। अगर मैं 100% लिया 623, तो मेरा वैल्यू बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा 475 से। तो मुझे वो वैल्यू लेना है जो 475 से छोटा है। नाउ व्हाट इज लेसर देन 475? या तो 10% आई कैन टेक, या 1% आई कैन टेक, या ये भी ले सकता हूं, कोई भी ले सकता हूं। 1% लूंगा तो 6 ही मिलेगा मुझे, 400 तक जाना है मुझे, समझे? जैसे